And we are back. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews. This is your boy James. I am here to give my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. Not gonna happen in this video, but that's all right. Welcome, like, comment, subscribe. We are doing Fraternity Row, chapters 10 and 12, chapters 10 through 12 today. So let's recap what we went through last week. So as you guys know, as we went through chapters 5 through 9, the boys are getting deeper into what is going on. So far, German has been attacked and Justin has been attacked by Greek God. And what they're trying to figure out with Greek God is if he is working with Mrs. Clovis, which we can kind of see he is, or he or she, whoever Greek God is. And we know that Drake is working with Mrs. Clovis as well for a different reason. So she wants revenge. Mrs. Clovis is introduced in this book wanting revenge right away. She doesn't believe it was an accident. She believes her son was murdered by these boys, and she wants revenge. She cannot go after them criminally, but she could go after them civilly, but she doesn't want to do so. And I don't understand why, considering you probably could get a nice settlement for them. I know it won't replace your son, it won't replace Ben, but she could at least do that. But we'll see what happens with that. We do know that Pip is involved. We know that she is the girlfriend of Ben before she got with Justin. So that also is tricky as well because the boys feel like, okay, is she an informant? What is she doing here? And so now we have to figure that out as well. And also in the last chapter, they went on a couples date because they're all couples. Adam met a beautiful girl named Jessica Kane, which we'll figure out who Jessica Kane is in just a moment. Donnie has reunited with an old flame by Ginger, who is actually from the Theta Monroe house, who's in the sorority house. We'll get to know Theta Monroe as well. And then also they set German up with Pip's roommate, Shayna, which that didn't go too far, which we knew that it probably wouldn't have because right now Donnie is questioning German sexuality at this point. And this is going to be a contentious road for them. I just want to be prepared for that because it doesn't end well with these two when it comes to that and how this is brought up and rediscovered. So we are on chapter 10. Chapter 10 is Homecoming Part 1. So with Homecoming Part 1, we're going to start off with Justin. He opens us up for the chapter 10 book. I heard my alarm clock go off and then Donnie yelling, "Bro, shut it off." I turned it off and stretched. Donnie had his back to me. He seemed irritated. "You all right?" I asked. "I'm good, man, just tired." We heard a knock. German came in. I got a call from my dad. He and my stepmom are coming for homecoming. "Are you surprised? I remember Paris lit for homecoming. Remember our flow from last year?" Donnie asked. "I remember," said German. "What was it again?" I asked. "It was the Wiz," said German. We all chuckled. Donnie seemed to be in better spirits. "What's up with you? You seem down," German said to Donnie. "Ginger's mad at me. She said she was done having sex with me unless I got more serious with her," he said. "What's wrong with that?" asked German. "You really have to ask?" I asked, and German laughed. In all seriousness, Donnie, you always find your way back to her even when you have other ladies. Maybe she's the one," said German. G, get out of here. You're scaring me," said Donnie. Adam walked in. "Hey, G, Mr. Alves is looking for you." "Saved by Mr. Alves," said Donnie. "I'll be right back," said German. Adam sat on the bed. "What's wrong?" "Don't ask," I said. "Can I catch a ride with one of you? My car's still in the shop," Adam asked. "I thought it was just a tire," I said. "There's a gas leak as well." "I'll give you a ride. Give me 20 minutes," said Donnie. "Cool, bro. Thanks," said Adam. "I have to meet Pip for breakfast. I'll see you at lunch," I said. I walked out of the room and saw Donnie coming down the hall. "Good morning, Justin." Or, excuse me. I walked out of the hall and saw Drake coming down the hall. "Good morning, Justin." "Good morning, Detective," I said. "I'm looking for German Reichen." Just then, German came out and saw Drake. "Just the person I was looking for," said Drake. "How can I help you?" asked German. "I have a search warrant here, and also a signed consent form to review your transactions at the 7 banks listed in the warrant," Drake said, smirking. I was really nervous, but German seemed calm and poised. He signed the form and said, "I have nothing to hide." "You both have a great day," Drake said. He left. "I got a bad feeling about this," I said. "He'll come to dead ends on each account. The one he's looking for isn't in my name." "Okay," I said, but I was confused. I drove to Pendleton and saw Pip next to her car. "Morning," I said. "Good morning." Pip said, and we kissed. So about last night, I started saying, "Don't worry about it. It wasn't you. It was your roommate. Donnie's a real good guy. It's because of him I'm in Alpha more." I said. Ginger was really upset last night. If he could do that to her, nah, how could he be good? How could he? Oh, excuse me. Ginger was really upset last night. If he could do that to her, how good could he be? I was quiet about that because I didn't feel Donnie was wrong for not wanting more. So homecoming is here, and I'm not going to be available as much, I said. I understand, Pip said as we kissed. She headed for class. Brandon walked up. I wasn't expecting to see him at school. Hey, Justin, what's up? I asked. My mom's delivering a big flower order for Theta Monroe for the homecoming party, and we could use an extra hand. Do you think you and the other guys could help? You'd be doing me a huge favor. Sure, I'll talk to the guys about it, I said. Thanks, man. See you later, Brandon said as he attempted to walk away. Hey, Brandon. I pulled out a picture of him and Ben at the party. I didn't know you were at the same party the night your brother died, I said. Yeah, he begged me to dress in the same clothes and act like I was him. We did that a lot. Even our parents couldn't tell us apart at times, so we figured no one else would know either. And your brother was deaf? More like hard of hearing. He was diagnosed with Meniere's disease, constant ringing in the ear. The doctor said he likely lose the majority of his hearing as it progressed. Sorry to hear that, I said. Thanks, man. I'm late for class. Thanks again for helping us out. I couldn't believe I agreed to help. I knew that Donnie, Adam, and German would kill me once I told them. I ate a lot when I was nervous, and when I was nervous about helping Brandon and his mother at and I was nervous about helping Brandon and his mother. At lunch, I sat with Donnie, Adam, and German. Hey guys, I need to talk to you, I said. I was just filling them in on something I need to talk to you about, said German, who pulled out a picture. I got a match on the watch. It's a Rolex GMT Master 1675. It's vintage and only few stores sell them. The last store to sell this particular watch was in Manhattan. It sold in 1988. I'm not going to have access to my money for 72 hours, so I need you guys to go there in my place. Gee, what's going on? Asked Donnie. German looked at me as if he knew Drake had found. I nodded at him and said, Joe Sally transferred 100 million to an alias account I have. The FBI wasn't able to find the account, so they sent that case to Drake, who's investigating my bank accounts. Any of them Any of them the big one? Asked Adam. No, said German. Then why are you worried? Asked Donnie. My dad has no idea I inherited 300 million from Joe Sally's estate along with her possessions. He also doesn't know I received 75 million as the reward for finding the paintings, or that I have investments grossing over 50 million a year. You're afraid that your father will find out if you leave town? I asked. Exactly. We all looked at each other and agreed to go to the jewelry store. Before I forget, I said I talked to Brandon about the party. He told me that Ben and he were there to strengthen his chances of getting into Alpha more. Then how do we know if that was really Ben? Asked Adam. We all looked at him with confusion. Come on, I can't be the only person who thought of that possibility. I think that it would be odd that his family would bury him knowing that he was living in our house, said German. G kind of has a point, said Donnie. Please don't kill me, but I agreed to help Brandon and his mother deliver flowers to Theta Monroe. Oh, I also volunteered you guys as well. The three of them looked at each other. Justin, you are a freaking genius, said German. He is? Asked Donnie. Guys, if we have access to the inside, we can snoop around and maybe find more details about who that Greek god is, said German. That is indeed genius, said Donnie. Meet me in my condo tonight, German said. And now we're going to go over to Drake. So far we know how loaded German really is. So German has 300 million transferred to his account by Joe Sally. He has another 100 million that was transferred into an alias account that he has access to. And then also he has 75 million from the rewards from the stolen paintings. And then also he has 50 million in investments. So German is very, very loaded. If y'all didn't get the picture, very loaded. Drake. I walk into the forensics labs. Boyd, how's it going? I asked our tech analyst. This is one smart investor. He has over 50 million in investments, he said. Anything on that $100 million transfers to Bangladesh. Nothing that I can see. All 475 million are legal funds. Impossible, I said. I ran through all the funds in the last 18 hours. Every transaction, transfer, and deposit is legitimate, detective. How is it possible that a 20-year-old is worth that much? I asked. He hasn't made one bad investment from what I can see. There's nothing suspicious, I asked. There's one thing, Boyd said as he brought up a specific transaction on screen. There's a security company that he owns that deals with military intelligence software. When I pulled the LLC, I found that it was under an alias. It's an old warehouse in Hartford, Connecticut. How is it profitable if it's an alias and has military intelligence software? I asked. How about selling this software back to the military? Boyd asked. You think Rajan gained access to military intelligence and sold it back to our government under an alias? I asked. It's a theory, but I can't prove it. What if I were to get you his laptop? I tried hacking into it, but he caught me, I said. When I plugged in the flash drive, it sent a signal and took my picture. You have proof it took a picture of you? Why do you ask? I asked. That might be able to prove my theory. Boyd's theory was the move I need to make. I know I could find what I needed to frame German Reich. So Drake stumbled upon something. So all of German's money is legit. They cannot find anything that connects it to anything being illegal. However, his software may be the route they go. So I just want you guys to keep in mind as we move on from Drake and go on to German. I pulled up to the Alpha More and parked. And when I went in, I saw Brandon. Hey G, did Justin tell you about the favor I needed? He asked. Yes, we're all down. I said, cool, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Later, he walked off. I went to my room, opened the door, and heard my dad and Mr. Howes laughing. Dad, I said. Hey, son, he said. My father was NFL player as well as an Alphamore legacy. German, your dad wanted to see this room. Hope you don't mind, said Alves. Don't be silly. This was my room before it was his, my dad said. I'll leave you two alone, Alves said as he walked out. I didn't want Alves to leave as sometimes I got nervous around my dad. I like what you done with the room, son. Very nice. Thanks, I said. Is there something you want to tell me, son? No, I said with confidence. So you come into this room to lie to me? Chance asked as he came up to me. Lie about what? I asked in a sharp tone that my dad caught right away. Watch your tone before you lose your tongue, he said. Tell me why the police are investigating your trust fund. I don't know, I said. Boy, if you lie to me again, he said as he raised his hand. The detective reopened Ben Clovis's case and he's checking every angle, I said. What would your bank account have to do with the death of this young man? The door opened. Paris came in. Yo, I'm here. I hadn't known he was coming, but I was glad he had. I was about to get my ass whipped. Dad, why are you looking so serious? Asked Paris. Your brother's actions. Do you need a room at the hotel, son? No, I'm going to bunk here with G and help out with the float. Oh, good. I'll let you know. I'll let you get settled in. Don't forget we're having dinner with Senator Diamante and the First Lady tonight. German, make sure you bring Donnie as well. Yes, sir, I said as my dad left. I haven't seen Dad this mad since you took his Ferrari to Gwendolyn Nelson's party, Paris said. Shut up. I thought you had an internship this weekend, I said. Oh, about that. I never got that internship. I told Dad that just so he wouldn't check my trust fund. Where have you been? I asked. Indonesia. I met this girl and I really like her, G. I looked at him and folded my arms. He said, don't hate. I'm going to the store. You need anything? I asked. No, I'm going to take a shower and get dressed for dinner. All right, I said as I walked out of the room, thinking this was going to be a long weekend. I started my call, got a call from on the Bluetooth. It was Donnie. Hey, I said. Hey, bro, we're on our way back. Any luck with the watch? I asked. None that that place wasn't open today, G. Figures, I said. Any word on Drake and your bank accounts? No, I said. I'm about to call my lawyer and see what my options are. Also, your dad is on the way. We're having dinner with our parents. My dad wanted me to extend the invite, I said. Oh, that's just great, Donnie said sarcastically. I'll see you at my condo. Later, Donnie said. I called my lawyer and asked him to meet me in front of the restaurant below my condo. I didn't know what Drake was going to find through my bank accounts. Farnsworth said he'd meet me in 10 minutes, which relieved me. When I got there, Farnsworth was getting out of his Mercedes-Benz, briefcase in hand. Mr. Rajan, nice to see you, he said. Thanks for coming, I said. My pleasure. I took the liberty of looking into the case the FBI sent to Drake. He pulled out a folder and handed it to me, and I started reading. The FBI was investigating the money laundering that Joe Sally had been doing before we met. I'm confused, I said. You and I both were confused when I found out that after reading this case, the detective was successful in getting a warrant considering this case had nothing to do with you. What do we do now? I asked. Well, wait to see the outcome. Trust me. If you're arrested, I'll bail you out in a minute. Thanks for that. I said, sure, I'll be in touch. Farnsworth went back to the car. I went back up I went up to my condo and sat on my couch and was deep in thought. I didn't know what to expect, but I knew I had to be ready. The three of them walked in. Gee, that was a waste of time, said Donnie. I know, but I appreciate you going down there, I said. Any updates on Drake? Asked Justin. Not yet, but the warrant was only for 72 hours, so I'm sure he hasn't found anything, I said. What's what time's dinner? Asked Donnie. In an hour. I got tuxedos for all of you as I handed them each a wardrobe bag. Gee, I can't accept it, said Adam. They're paid for, and as much as I want to go into jeans and kicks, we have to dress up, I said. Try them on. I have to go to Alphamore to pick up Paris. I'll meet you guys at the restaurant, I said as I walked out abruptly. I was running late. My dad would give me a hard time about that. Paris and I arrived at Kendall's, a popular steakhouse. My dad and stepmom were waiting at the lobby. You two are late, said Chance. Oh, stop it, said Verna. Verna Rygen was Paris's mom. Our dad had an affair with my mom 20 years ago, and she had died in the process of giving birth to me. Verna never treated us any differently when we were growing up, and she referred to me as her son. Paris gave Verna a hug and a kiss on the cheek. She looked at me with a huge smile. Come give your mom a hug. I hugged Verna and saw my dad give me an evil look. Why were you late, German? He asked. Oh, Chance, stop it. The senator and the first lady aren't even here yet, said Verna. I'm sorry, I had an errand to run, I said. Where's Donnie? Asked Chance. He, Justin, and Adam are on the way, I said. I thought I told you to bring him with you, said Chance. Before I could answer, Senator Diamante and his wife arrived. My father and the senator hugged, and my dad gave his wife a light kiss on the cheek. Senator Diamante looked at Paris and me. Hello, boy, said Senator Diamante. I said, good to see you two. Where's Donnie? He asked. Right here, said Donnie, who had just walked up. Hey, son, the senator said as he hugged Donnie. Hey, mom, said Donnie as he hugged his mom. Adam and Justin hugged my and Donnie's parents, and the waiter let us know our table was ready. We all followed him, but Donnie and I stayed a bit behind. I want to be anywhere but here, I told him. I sat with my friends far away from my father. Paris sat next to us in case our parents started talking about something boring. He could sneak into our conversation. I looked at Donnie and I was beginning to get annoyed with being there. I kept making faces at him, which made him laugh. And now we're going to move on to Donnie. So, what we know about Chance and German's dynamic as him being his father is that there's a lot of contention there. And as you guys read in this part of the book, German is a product of an affair. So Chance was having an affair, and German was conceived in a product of that affair. Now, the German's mother died at birth, and as you can see, Chance has a very short fuse with German that he does not with Paris. So you can see that this was an inconvenience child, which is so sad because you have your wife that's treating him like she birthed him, but you can't seem to get past the fact that his mother's no longer here and that he's in your life and you have to raise him. Isn't that crazy, y'all? I'm gonna tell y'all for the second Fraternity Row book, it gets way worse than this. So if you think Chance is hard on German now, it is way worse than the second book, y'all. It gets deep. So be prepared for that. So now we're gonna go move on to Donnie. Sitting across from German was hilarious. I spotted his father giving him the serious parent look, which made him stop. I chuckled quietly. Everyone order whatever you want. Dinner's on me, said Chance. Don't have to ask me twice, I said as I looked at the menu. Do you recommend anything here, G? Asked Adam. Ribeye is the best here, he said. I couldn't afford the mac and cheese side, said Justin. So what's the thing for the Alpha More part after party? Asked Paris. You'll have to check with Theta Monroe, German said. Wait, why would it be at Theta Monroe? Asked Paris. Because your yearly charity event, we lost to them with the ticket sales, said German. Are you serious? How could you have lost to Theta Monroe? Asked Paris. We were silent. Paris shook his head and laughed as if he were disgusted with us. You know what you have to do, right? You have to win the homecoming float. Once we win, they'll have no choice but to forfeit. Yeah, but how will we prepare for the party? Asked Justin. Don't tell me you all got lazy on me, said Paris. Look, just because you had all the booze while you were in the house doesn't mean we all live by that same guideline, said Jeremy. I can't even tell you the last time I was at a Theta Monroe party, said Vickers. We ate and talked as our parents talked politics. I saw German look at his phone and looked up in frustration. What's wrong? I mouthed to him. German slid his phone to me. One of our brothers had texted, Detective Drake is looking for you. I looked at German and gave him his phone back. Excuse me, I said as I stood up. German, Adam, and Justin followed me to the lobby. What's going on? Asked Justin. Do you think he found something? I asked. I don't know. Let's just go to my condo after we see the flow at Alpha More, Travis said. Chance walked up. What are you guys doing out here? We were talking about the flow, Dad. Did you pick a theme? Asked Sherman. I did. The flow will be Thriller by Michael Jackson. I saw that German wasn't too thrilled, and neither was I. I see you fellas at the table, said Chance as we walked back to the table. Thriller, Adam? Asked Adam. We'll fill you in, as I said as we returned to the table. After dinner, we drove back to Alpha Moor. In front was a tow hitch with a graveyard. We were confused. We saw Paris and Chance smiling. What the hell is this? I whispered to German. Haven't you seen Michael Jackson's music video? He whispered. Gentlemen, here we are, said Chance. The rest of Alpha Moor was coming up to see the flow. Let's go out to the backyard to learn the dance routine, said Paris. Dance routine? I asked. I felt that Chance and Paris were crazy for even having this idea, but Adam and Justin didn't seem to have an issue with it. Yes, we're Alpha More, said Paris. I looked at German. We were both annoyed with the idea his brother and father were throwing at us. All 50 of us headed to the backyard. My father and Chance met up with Alves on the porch as we began the lineup. Paris started giving us the routines. Okay, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ba, 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 ba. I was trying my hardest not to laugh. Only German and I were taking Paris seriously. Gee, why aren't you moving? Asked Paris. Because I know this routine better than you do. Okay, well then show your big bro, said Paris. German walked up and did the same steps a lot sharper than Paris had. I have to admit, my boy German could do anything. I was very proud. The whole house and even Paris clapped. He was amazed to see his little brother shine. I looked to the right and saw Drake walking into the backyard, which surprised me. German, Adam, Justin, and I looked at each other. Drake walked over to my dad, Chance, and Al's. The four of us walked over as the guys were learning the dance routine. We weren't sure what to expect, but we knew it wouldn't be good. Senator Diamante, Mr. Rajan, it was a pleasure to meet you, said Drake as we walked up to the porch. German Rajan, just who I was looking for. German, what is this about? Asked Chance. I just came to say that your bank accounts have been released, that I have a warrant to confiscate your laptop, said Drake. German answered me, said Chance. Drake looked at German and smiled. May I see the warrant, please? Asked German. Drake gave German the warrant, and Chance began to get angry. German, you not only asked once, what's going on? Aren't you going to answer your father? Asked Drake. Dad, can you come upstairs with me, please? Asked German. The two walked in the house. Drake looked very pleased with himself. Senator Diamante, I have a question for you, asked Drake. Yes, detective, said the senator. Are you up for re-election next year? Asked Drake. Yes, sir. I hope to be governor soon, the senator said the senator. Chance and German came back out. Here it is, all unlocked and open, said German. Thank you, sir. Well, gentlemen, it's been nice. I'll be in touch, said German. Drake walked away, and and German signaled us to come inside. German, we're not finished talking, son, said Chance. I know that. We'll come back to this conversation, said German. We went to G's room and he said, okay, listen. I gave Drake my new laptop. He won't find anything but a bunch of math problems and poems. What about your dad? He seems pissed, Justin said. I'm not worried about him right now. Drake's trying to tie me to Joe Sally's money laundering scheme. I'm not tied to those accounts, but the information he has could take down her family. If they find out that I took all of her investments, they'll come after me, said German. What do you want to do? I asked. We need to get that FBI file from Drake, said German. How are we supposed to do that? Asked Adam. I'm going to look in the precinct. I need you guys to search his house, said German. Are you asking us to break into a detective's house? Asked Justin. We all look at German as if he'd gone crazy. I don't have a choice. Either you're with me or you're not, he said. That made us feel guilty. We agreed to help him. So German is getting them into some deep trouble now, mainly because one aspect of his former life is very blurred. So they don't know how this is going to play out. So German is wanting to have a step ahead against Detective Drake, which in essence is smart, but at the same time, it comes with a lot of risk. Breaking into a detective's house? Yes. So next is Adam. So Adam, on homecoming day, my alarm went off. I looked over and didn't see Brody in his bed, but I saw a notebook under it. I went and picked it up. I knew I shouldn't have opened it, but since Brody was acting strangely and was working with Drake, I figured why not? I opened it and read dates and times involving the four of us. Brody had kept a good eye on us. I went to Justin and Donnie's room. Guys, look what I found, I said. I found this under Brody's bed. What are you doing under Brody's bed? Asked Donnie. That's not the point. Look at this, I said as I opened the notebook. Donnie and Justin looked at the notebook and gave me confused looks. We all we know he's working with Drake. This is what he's doing. He's piecing all of our schedules together so that when we're alone, we could be attacked, I said. We have to tell G, said Donnie. Paris is up there. We can't right now, said Justin. Let's show him at lunch. We have to get the file for him, I said. I don't know. Adam G wants us to commit breaking and entering at a detective's place. What happens if he shoots us? Asked Justin. He won't, said Donnie. He's not going to be home when we do it. We looked at each other in agreement. We all got to school. I saw Jessica, who said, Hey, Adam, I tried calling you. Sorry, I've been busy. It's homecoming week into a fraternity that's almost as bad as finals, I said. I just wondered if you want to go get coffee. Yeah, but after homecoming, I said. Great, I'll see you around. I walked into the cafeteria anxious to tell German about the notebook. I saw him, Donnie, and Justin at a table. I sat. German said, They told me you have something to show me. I do. Take a look at this, as I said as I gave it to him. German started turning the pages. This is how Drake got into my room and got on my computer. He knew I wasn't going to be there. Does Brody have anything else? Like what? I asked. I don't know, emails, books, anything, said German. Gee, I don't think we need anything else. I mean, come on, this proves that Drake was working off the badge. I said, It's not enough. I need something more concrete. This only proves that Brody has some crazy obsession with us, and that it's odd. It doesn't make him Greek god, said German. He had a point. This information wasn't enough to prove Brody was the Greek god, but it did prove that he was playing a role in this. I was willing to look for more information. German, Donnie, and I drove to Clovis's flower shop. When we walked in, Brandon, Justin, and Pip greeted us. Hey guys, I appreciate you coming in on short notice. Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Brandon said. Guys, Mrs. Clovis and Brandon gave us a little education about the flowers, said Justin. Nice. So what exactly are we doing? German asked. Mrs. Clovis interrupted. The arrangements are in the sunroom in the back, she said. We went up there and saw the arrangements Theta Monroe had ordered. How many arrangements are there? Asked German. Mrs. Mack ordered 50, she said. We're celebrating 50 years of Pendleton homecomings in conjunction with the Greek system, German said. Oh, I didn't realize that 50 had a meaning, said Clovis. I'll have 5 vans out there. Each of you can hold 10 arrangements. I'll need one of you to stay back and lock up after we leave. I'll do it, I said. Thank you, Adam. Brandon will direct you with the rest of the crew to the vans and show you how to properly place the arrangements. You got it, Mom, said Brandon as Clovis and I walked into her office. The keys are always left in the green box, she said as she opened the box and pulled out the ring of keys. I really appreciate you for coming to help me despite what happened between us. I'm happy we're moving forward, Adam. I didn't know what to say or even how to acknowledge her. In the hallway, we passed a door that cracked open. Delivery door has a padlock. I won't be getting any deliveries today, so I'll lock it, she said. Before you lock the front door, set the alarm. The alarm code is 0523. I'll write that down for you. Any questions, Adam? No, ma'am, I asked. Or I said. Sorry. I said. The others were almost finished loading the vans. German said, Good call on staying, Adam. Scope the place out. See what else you can find. I'll take one van. Clovis said, Brandon, you, Donnie, German, and Justin take the others. Thanks again, Adam. They left and I closed the door and started looking around. I walked to the back door in the hallway and looked in. I saw a coat in the room. I turned the light on and tripped a breaker. Damn, I yelled as it closed. It wouldn't open, which meant the lock was broken or someone had locked me in. Hello? I asked. Hello, no answer. I knew that Greek God was there. Okay, so Adam decided to go ahead and take the reins of locking up the flower shop. But Greek God is there, or at least so he thinks. So now we're going to see. Now that we're on chapter 11, chapter 10 was a lot to digest, which is why I'm only doing 3 chapters today, because this is a lot and you're going to miss everything if I continue reading. So we're going to go ahead and do Homecoming Part 2. We're going to continue on with that and beginning this new chapter. Hello, I yelled a third time with still no response. I pulled out my phone to call someone and saw that I had just 2% power remaining. I called German. Hello. Gee, I need you to come back. I'm locked in the room, I said as my phone cut off. Damn. I heard a scraping sound. I saw a shadowy figure, and I just knew that it was Riga. I ducked as he swung his axe, which went through the door, letting some light in. I tackled him and hit him in the face. The hole had enough, the hole he made in the door was big enough for me to fit my hand through, and I was able to reach out and turn the doorknob. I tried to close it, but Riga was pushing it. I let him push it a bit harder, and then when he stopped, I slammed it closed. When I heard him fall, I closed the door and locked it. I pushed the table against it, and I pushed the table against it. I ran out of the shop, closed the door. I ran to G's car and got in, but he had taken his keys. Damn. Greek God ran out and jumped on the hood and slammed his axe through the windshield, which made me jump into the back seat. He was pulling his axe out of the shattered window when the car struck from behind. It was German in a rental van. So German really just towed up this lady's car. The Greek god ran out and jumped. Or hold on. The Greek god slipped on the hood and took off. I got out of the car and German got out of the van. You okay, Adam? Yeah. What about you? I asked. I'm fine, but it looks like we lost him. We hopped in the van, but it wouldn't start. Damn. You did crash into your own car with this, I said. I did that to make sure he didn't get you. A police car pulled up. Gentlemen, are you okay? An officer asked. We're fine, I said. We waited as the officer called in the incident. I'm sorry I was letting close down. About 30 minutes later, Drake pulled up as much to German's annoyance. Well, Adam Banks and my friend German Rygen. I'd asked what happened, but it's clear that one of you crashed into this parked car, which looks like German's. How did this happen? I was helping Mrs. Clovis deliver flowers when I forgot my wallet. I turned around and lost control of the van, said German. Not believable, said Drake. I don't care what you believe. That's what happened, Detective. Mr. Banks, do you attest to this? Yes, sir, I said. Drake smirked at that. What happened to the windshield? Must have happened in the accident, said Jeremy. G and I saw that Drake wasn't convinced. We saw Donnie, Justin, and Pip. Gee, Adam, you guys okay? Donnie asked. We're fine, said Jeremy. Clovis and Brandon arrived. Oh my goodness. Are you okay? She asked. Peachy, G said. You're all good to go, said Drake. I'll handle the van situation, said Clovis. Get home safe, everyone. Donnie looked at Pip and shook his head in disbelief. I'm going to help my mom, Brandon said. Any of you need a ride? No, we're good, I said. We walked across the street to Jeremy's condo carefully to make sure we were not seen. When we got in, Donnie asked, what happened? Greek God attacked me, I said. She did that on purpose, said Donnie. Look, we don't know anything right now, said German. Gee, what about your car? I asked. I'm getting one I'm getting one of my SUVs sent to me. It'll be here in a couple of hours. German's phone rang. He looked at it was Paris. He put the call on speaker. What's up? Where are you guys? We need your help with the float. We got into an accident. We're waiting on the other car to get here. We'll be over soon, Pete. Are you okay, Paris asked. I'm fine. Just don't tell Dad. See you guys when you get here. Bye, said Paris. German turned to us, guys. Let's regroup. We need to stick to the same story. Giving Drake a story about that Greek god in front of the other will put and other people will just take him out of the equation, making us look guilty of something. Yeah, but don't you think sooner or later everyone will find out? Asked Justin. We'll cross that bridge later. Less is always best. He got a text. My car's outside. Oof, Lord Jesus. Drake. Things were getting odd. Rygen and Banks had lied about what had happened. I felt German had purposely crashed the that van to cover something up. I went back to Clovis' shop. What the hell happened? I don't know, she said. Do you have any idea how risky this behavior is? I asked. You're talking to the wrong person, detective. Where is he? I asked. I heard a knock on the wall behind me. Turned and saw the man in the Greek hooded gown. Who the hell are you? I asked. The person started signing. Can he not hear me? I asked. He can hear you. He just chooses not to speak. He signed no, that not knowing me is part of the process. What does that mean? I asked. The person signed again, and Clovis explained. He said that he has his own issues with those four and not to worry. He's not going to kill them. He just wants to scare them. I don't know what kind of games you two are playing, but I'm not leaving until he reveals who he is, I said. The person signed some more. He said that you know who he is, that we both know. Is he your son? I asked. Brandon? Asked Catherine. Something about that didn't feel right. I walked out to my car and called Brashaw. My call went to her voicemail. Meet me at the coroner's office immediately. I drove to the hospital's coroner's office and found Doug Lucy. Hey, Doug, I said. Detective, how can I help you? I need to review Clovis's autopsy again. If I told you why, you'd think I was crazy, I said. There's nothing I haven't heard before. How was Clovis identified? I asked. His mother identified the body, said Doug. Was there any affirmative action or to fingerprint him? I asked. Are you going to tell me the crazy story? I believe Ben's alive, and the person buried is not him, I said. Bradshaw walked in. Not only is that crazy, it's impossible. Regardless, I want Ben Clovis to be re examined and identified, I said. Right away, said Doug. Bradshaw and I walked out of the room. I don't think Ben Clovis is dead, and I'm going to prove it, I said. So, Detective Drake is on the assumption that Ben Clovis isn't dead, y'all. What do y'all think? Do y'all think Ben Clovis is dead? We'll see. Justin. So this is Justin part of the story. We pulled up to Alphamore and saw our brothers dressed as zombies. Instead of looking like the Jacksons Thriller video, they all look like casts of Dawn of the Dead. Guys, are you okay? Asked Paris. We're fine, said German. I'm glad your costumes are in your room or are in G's room. I need you guys to get down here in tent, said Paris. We went up to German's room. I'm glad Paris brought the right costumes, said German. Did you guys see the others? Asked Adam. Yeah. Did Paris hire a mortician? Asked Donnie. We chuckled as we put on our costumes. We went downstairs where the makeup artist turned us into zombies. Paris came in. Okay, guys, 10 minutes until we leave. We heard a noise that Theta Monroe's float was coming. The Thetas were dressed in lingerie. Their float was full of burlesque. The Thetas break into a dance routine and yell, Theta, Theta, burn. We are Theta Monroe. Sign out. They drove off and Paris shook his head. They don't know who they're messing with. We began walking with our float to campus a quarter mile down the road. We lined up with the other Greek houses. Our campus had 5 fraternities and 5 sororities. The entire Greek system, which rallied different folks, was awesome. We lined up Theta Monroe leading Alpha Core, Beta 10, Sigma Lie, and Omega Pi Zeta. Brandon walked up to Adam and me. Hey, Adam, I didn't get a chance to say something earlier. How are you? Fine, thanks. What happened? Asked Brandon. Right now's not the time, Brandon said Adam. Adam and I walked away. That felt really awkward, I said. I feel he knows something, so let's keep quiet about it for now. We entered the football field at halftime. We all got 4 minutes to perform. Other houses were up before us, so we had time to practice. Justin, Pip yelled. I ran over to her and she said, Hi, you look so cute. I need to talk to you, I said. What's wrong? Is there something you want to tell me? I asked. What are you talking about? She asked. I can see that Brandon spooks you. You said you never met him before, but I feel like you're lying, I said. Pip gave me an upset look. When I saw him in your room, I thought he was Ben. They look so identical. I never really got closure when Ben died. Though something about that situation still seemed off, she was my girlfriend, so I had no choice but to trust what she was saying. Give it up for Theta Monroe, the announcer said. I have to go, I told Pip, and I walked over to our float. Pendleton University, give it up for Alpha Moore, said the MC. Our float spray team and the crowd cheered. We did the same dance routine that the song. It was a little stiff, but no one noticed. I have to admit, Paris had called this one just right. It was super cool. After our dance routine, Chance German's dad appeared on the float, and the MC said, Pendleton, give it up for 6-time Super Bowl winner Chance Rygen. The crowd cheered as he took a bow. The performance ended, and the crowd dispersed. Many wanted Chance's autograph. German, Adam, Donnie, and I went off to the side. You all right, Justin? Asked German. Not quite. I've been watching Pitts behaving weirdly around Brandon, and I almost feel like he knew of something she's not telling me. Donnie had a look in his eye and he smiled. You think he slept with her? What? No, I said. It makes perfect sense. You can tell those two apart, said Donnie. Come on, Donnie. Brandon wouldn't have done that to his own brother, said Adam. The announcer called us back to the field. The judges had called the winner for the float competition, and it was Alpha Moore. The crowd cheered, and Ginger's look was priceless. She was very disappointed, and I knew Donnie was not going to let that slide. Ooh-wee. So now we're on German. After the game, we went back to take our makeup off. When I got out of the shower and into my room, my dad was sitting on the bed. Dad, I said, come here, son, sit down. I put on my robe and sat next to him. Son, I don't know what kind of trouble you're in, but you're a grown man now. I'm not in trouble, Dad. They're just trying to tie up loose ends. Trying to end the Clovis case, I said. Okay, we're going, he said as he stood up and kissed my forehead. You might not believe me, but I do love you, son. He walked out, leaving me in shock. He just told me he loved me, but I never felt he had. My phone rang and it was Drake. Hello, I said. I need you to meet me in an hour. What's this about? I asked. I know this will be hard for you to do, but I need you to trust me. Okay, fine, I said. I'll text you the address. Jeremy, come along. I hung up and was getting dressed. Donnie and Justin came in. Yo, G, I'm sorry, what are we eating? Donnie said. I have to run an errand. Get Adam and meet me in my condo. I'll order pizzas from the car. I said as I rushed out. I got in my car. The text from Drake told me to go to a diner in Rochester's, New Hampshire, an hour away. The place was empty except for Drake, who was at a table. You can't tell anyone what I'm about to tell you, he said. I don't think Ben Clovis is dead. What? I asked. The body was never identified by fingerprints or dental records. But Mrs. Clovis identified the body. She told you it was her son. I said, correct. So because they're twins, they would share the same DNA. So running that would that would make a difference. I asked, exactly. So why are you telling me this? I asked. I feel that Ben is the one who's attacking you and your friends, said Drake. I want to set a trap. I talked to Mr. Alves and he said that you would be at the sorority house party tonight. I want you to stray from the party and get to Alpha Moore. We can catch him, Drake said. He left. I drove back to my condo. Adam, Donnie, and Justin were watching TV and eating pizza. Hey, have some pizza, G. You know, Theta Monroe party food, said Donnie. Where you been? Asked Adam. I met with Drake, I said. You what? Asked Adam. You're crazy, asked Justin. Why? Asked Donnie. He reached out to me. He told me that he believed Ben wasn't dead. He said the body had not been scientifically proven to be his. Twins share the same DNA. I said, yeah, but we pulled him out from the water. We knew he was dead, said Justin. The night of the party, he said he was Ben Clovis, said Adam. I know how it sounds, but I believe in the possibility that it could be true. I said, how? Asked Justin. I'm going to help him prove it, I said. Gee, what about the FBI file he has on you? This could be a trap, said Donnie. I know, that's why the three of you going to get the file back. Malik at the precinct searched his desk. The file wasn't there, so it has to be at his home, I said. Gee, I have a bad feeling about this, said Justin. You guys will be fine. I said, Drake is going to be at the Theta Monroe party tonight, which means you three can go to his house, find the file, and get back here before anybody realizes you're not there. I got to I go to the closet and get the gear. Three black suits, rubber shoes, and ski masks. Gee, you really are crazy, said Donnie. When you get the file, put it in my room in the safe. My code is Donnie's birthday, I said. 1224, said Justin. Wait for my signal, I said as I walk out of my condo. I walk up to Theta Monroe's and my black tie wardrobe. Young Hollywood was the theme. The ladies in the hallway serving drinks. A hired butler took my jacket. Ginger walked over to me wearing a purple velvet fishtail dress and said, Gee, wow, you look very handsome. And you look beautiful. That dress is everything, I said. You like? Asked Ginger. I love, I said. Where's your entourage? They'll be here shortly, I said. Yeah, sure. What's Donnie up to? I'm not sure what you mean, I said. Don't play dumb with me, German Margin. I know you four are up to something. I showed up solo. If there's a plan, I don't know about it, I said as I walked to the patio. A live band was playing, and people in fancy attire were dancing. I saw Drake, and I went over to him. He and I faced the crowds. You came alone. That's unusual, he said. You're not the first to notice that, I said. Are you still keeping our secret, Mr. Rygen? Secrets are always safe with me, I said. I'm going to confront Catherine Clovis tonight. That threw me off. How are you going to prove Ben's not dead? I asked. I'm not going to confront her about the antics of that. I have a feeling that she and her son are behind all of this. The attacks, the blackmail. You're going to turn her in just like that? Don't think you're in too deep? I asked. Nothing she has points to me. It's all on her and whoever that is. I want to know everything she has on us. I want to know her entire plan, I said. I'll give you everything I find out from her. What are you going to do once I give you that information? I'm going to take her down, I said. You know I can't let you, said Drake. The moment Drake said that, I felt he would double cross me. but I was 5 steps ahead of him. Drake, you should have learned by now that I'm more than formidable. I'm more dangerous than anything you've ever laid eyes on. If you cross me, I will bury your ass in the Douglas suit. I said and walked off as I texted Donnie. Now, it was showtime. Ooh, so now we're gonna get to the part where they break into a detective's house, y'all. So I got a text from G. We got out Adam's truck and took the backpack full of items we needed to break into Drake's house, the upper unit in the 2 unit duplex. We circled the backyard and I said, guys, look, I pointed to a window that was cracked open. Lift me up. Justin and Adam joined hands to put their foot on them just like a cheerleader lift. I removed the screen and pushed the window up and climbed in. I looked around to see if no one was there and then stuck my head out the window. It's clear, come on. Justin lifted Adam and I grabbed his hand and pulled him up. And and then Justin had backed up and he ran across the yard and jumped up. Adam, I grabbed his hand and pulled him up through the window. That was awesome, I said. Focus, said Adam. Right, I said. Where do you guys think the file could be? Asked Justin. I don't know, office, desk maybe? Let's look in there, I said. We walked into the very clean and well organized living room. There's a bookcase over there, Adam said and went to it. I looked in Drake's bedroom and saw a dresser and 2 nightstands. I looked in the drawers and saw neatly folded clothes. I saw just a gun in the drawer on the nightstand and nothing in the drawer other. It's not out there, said Justin, coming into the room. It's not in here either, I said. There's a room at the end of the hall, said Adam. We went into the room, which contained a desk and the files hanging up on the rack. I picked up one red one and opened. Inside it was FBI German writing. This is it, I said. I looked up and saw Adam and Justin looking behind me. I turned around and saw Doberman growling at us. Uh-oh, I said. Uh-oh is right. What the hell are we supposed to do now? Asked Adam. Not move, said Justin. When we went from nervous to terrified. We can't break eye contact, said Justin. No worries about that, said Adam. Justin, I swear, if I get bitten in my ass, I'm kicking you in yours, I said. Okay, 3. Let's jump out of the room, said Justin. You have lost your mind, said Adam. 1, said Justin. Oh, damn, I said. 2. I took a deep breath. 3. Justin says we jumped out of the room. Justin tried to close the door, but the dog was in attack mode and was trying to fight his way out. Go, Justin yelled. He pushed the door handle and it got harder. The dog retreated into the room and he closed the door. He raced to leave the place the same way we had gotten in. Adam and I lowered Justin onto the ground with the backpack holding the file. I then lowered Adam. Justin grabbed him, and I lowered myself, and they both grabbed my feet, which gave me the and Adam gave me the screen, which I put in place. We got back into our cars and drove off. We made it, thank God, I said. Promise we will never do that again, said Adam. Why, when we're so good at it? I asked, and we all laughed. We got best out for more in parts line. Should we text? Should we text G? Asked Justin. I'm on it. I text G the good news. We went to his room and opened the safe and put the file in while Justin and Adams still look out. Let's go, I said. We went to our rooms to change clothes and headed to Thetaman room. We snuck through the side entrance and went straight down the backyard where German was waiting for us. Is Drake still here? Asked Adam. He's right over there, German said as we all looked over at Drake, who smiled at us. He has a pretty dog, I said. A pretty dog, asked German. Don't ask, said Justin. Drake said that he plans to confront Clovis, said German. When? Asked Justin. Tonight, said German. He has some balls, I said. I think he's being a tad irrational, said German. I agree, said Adam. Ginger walked over to us. Well, the 4 of you. Where is it? Where's what? Asked Adam. I know you guys are up to something. I think you're paranoid, I said. Ginger smirked at me, but then asked, Can I talk to you? Sure, I said. We walked off a bit and asked, What's up with the smile? I miss you, Donnie. I overreacted that night. Once I thought about it, I knew that I was asking for something that you couldn't give me. It's not that it's not that I don't want to give you that. It's that I'm having fun, I said. Don't I know that? I smiled at her, knowing that she couldn't resist my smile. She smiled back and kissed me and walked off, leaving me all excited. I knew I'd get laid. I walked back to the guys who were laughing. I guess you and Ginger are back on, said Adam. Oh, yes. She wants me, I said as I grabbed German from behind. Get the hell off me, he yelled. Pip came over as I was excited to see her. Hey guys, she said, but we all gave her the silent treatment that included Justin. Can I talk to you? Pip asked Justin. I'll be back, guys, said Justin as he and Pip walked off by. I said, Donnie, you're such a jerk, said German. I was still laughing. Tell me something I don't know. All of this was excitement, but all I could do was watch Justin and see what was going to happen. Uh-oh, so now we're going to see what happens with Justin and Pip. Pip and I walked to the Theta Monroe gazebo. I don't know what's going on between us. You seem different, she said. The only thing that's different is the new member of my fraternity house, your late boyfriend's twin brother, and your ghost's response to his presence, I said. What do you want me to say? The truth, I said. Pip took a deep breath. I'm not over Ben. I was using you to fill that void. That crushed me. We're done, I said, and I walked away. I walked back to the guys who could tell something was wrong. Everything okay? I asked. We just broke up. I said, Donnie and German came to comfort me. I need to leave. Damn, man, I'm sorry, but we can't leave the party, said German. I have to get out of here before I lose it, I said. I walked out of the house, and German, Donnie, and Adam followed me. When we got to Alphamore, we looked to our right and saw a Greek god with the axe in hand. When G started siding, Donnie asked, what are you asking him? Whether he's been or Brandon. The Greek guy shook his head, charged German, and swung his axe at him. German sidestepped him, and Donnie tackled him from the side. Adam and I jumped on the guy, but somehow able to swing his axe and hit the three of us. We break free. He ran off. Donnie, you okay? Asked German. Yeah, said Donnie. Come on, let's get him, said Adam. We all ran out to see he had gone. Are you guys okay? Mr. Alves asked as he appeared in our right, or to our right, sorry. We were just attacked, said Adam. By whom, Mr. Alves? We don't know, said Donnie. Mr. Alves called the police and Drake showed up shortly. What happened? He asked. My boys were attacked, detective. This is the fourth time. I want answers, Alves said. Mr. Alves completely understood. Mr. Alves, I completely understand your concern. Please rest assured that we're doing everything we can to find whoever this is. Drake looked at German as the police squad car arrived. He walked away. We all looked at each other as we knew that he was going to confront Clovis. After the police took our statements, we looked at each other. What now? Asked Donnie. We know he's we know what he's up to, said German. Let's go to my condo to see what happens. We went there in German's car and immediately looked at the video. We saw Clovis and Griga. Drake hasn't made it there yet, said German. Turn the sound up, Donnie said. Griga signed something and asked he wants to talk with us. Catherine, Drake yelled as he approached Catherine and the Greek god. Everyone's getting suspicious. I need to know who you are, said Drake. The Greek god signed something. What did he say, Drake? He said that the four of them knows who he is, said Clovis. Whoever this is attacking them left and right, it's only a matter of time before the FBI joins in, and the trail will lead to me. I'm not having it, said Drake. We're really close, detective. We have them right where we want them, she said. Are you hearing yourself, Catherine? His attacks are raising suspicions. I can't be involved in this. It's gone too far, said Drake. What are you saying? Clovis asked. I'm out, said Drake. He turned around to leave, but the Greek got pulled out a gun and shot him in the head. That did not just happen, I said. He did not just shoot him, said Donnie. Oh my God, said Adam. We saw that Greek guy was signing. Gee, what is he saying? Asked Donnie. I need to rewind it, said German. We rewind the footage and stopped him right where he began signing. We're being watched and have been since we moved here. German says the Greek guy pointed at the camera. That made us gasp. There goes that plan, said German. The Greek guy put his face in the camera and the screen went blank. What do we do? I asked. I'm pulling the flash drive. This was all recorded, so I'll figure out what to do with it. Let's get back to Alpha Moore, said German said. On the way back, Donnie said, gee, we can't just sit here with the live footage and not say anything. We won't be silent. I just need to figure out a way to not go to prison, said German. No news has picked up the story yet, which means she hasn't called the police, said Adam. It's only been 30 minutes, but I really believe the police would be the last people she called, said German. Why do you think Rigon shot Drake? I asked. You heard what he said. His attacks on us will raise suspicions at some point, but Clovis still wants to proceed with the plan. Drake had no choice but to cross her, said German. So Drake never proved that Ben was still alive. What do we do with that? Asked Adam. We need to lay low for a while. There's a lot unanswered. Clovis' plan, who's, who the Greek god is, and if Ben's really dead. We'll get to the bottom of this, Sherman said. We got back to Alpha Moore and saw Brody and Brandon standing at the entrance. Guys, Mr. Alves is looking for you, said Brody. The four of us going to Al's office as Stephen Smith was leaving. I could have sworn that Stephen had resigned from the house. He made eye contact with each of us as he walked past us. So now we're introduced to a new character, Stephen Smith. So we're going to figure out how he's. Well, if you guys were with me last week, we kind of know who Stephen is a little bit, but we're going to get more intel with Stephen as we go on here. So German is the next character to talk. Stephen Smith walking past us like the Walking Dead coming back to life. We didn't know how to react to seeing him or what Alves wanted to see us about, but I was nervous. Fellas, please come in and have a seat, said Alves. I'm working with Detective Drake to make sure whomever is committing these attacks on you is caught. Has Detective Drake shared any information on the attacks? Asked German. As of now, no, but I am hopeful that he will change soon. Boys, there's something else I want you to share. You saw Stephen Smith leaving my office. I've decided to reinstate his contract with Alpha Moore, so I want you to tread lightly. No pranking him or any others. Understood? We all agreed to that as he dismissed us. We went to my room and turned on the TV to see if there's any news about Drake, but there was none. So I guess now we have to add Steven to the list of problems, said Donnie. Why hasn't she called the police by now? Asked Adam. I'd be shocked if she did call them. I said, this is murder we're talking about. I pulled my safe out from under my bed and began to open. The file was gone. Guys, I thought you said you got the file. I said, we did. We put it in the safe, said Donnie. I looked around. I was thinking my room was bugged. Gee, what are you looking for? I said. I put my finger to my mouth. It's just they began helping look around, and I saw Justin holding up a bug. I flushed it down the toilet. That's how they got the file. I said, who? Asked Justin. Who do you think? I asked. What do you want to do? Asked Donnie. I need to see my lawyer. I'll keep you posted. I grabbed my laptop and left. I asked Farnsworth to meet me in a private conference room that I had booked in the Fillmore Hotel. When he had got there, I said, Mr. Farnsworth, thank you for coming. My friends were able to obtain the folder from Detective Drake, but it's been stolen, and Drake might be dead. Why do you think he's dead? I brought my laptop. I turned my laptop to Farnsworth. He watched a video of Drake being shot. He closed the laptop. How did you get that? Asked Farnsworth. I planted surveillance cameras in her store. Farnsworth nodded and pulled out his laptop out of his briefcase. What should I do? You have to get ahead of the story. We need you to prepare for your arrest. Transfer 100,000 into my business account. Your bond will be $1 million easy. I opened my laptop and made the transfer. What's next? I asked. You have to leak the story to the. You have to leak the video to the police. If I go down, you can get me out. I asked. Without a doubt. Who shot him? That's the question of the century. No one knows who's under that hood. All we know is that it's someone who's in proximity of me and it has something to do with Alpha Moore. I said. If you're not arrested, cooperate with the police. You might be able to walk. I nodded and thanked him and left. I got back to Alpha Moore and filled the guys in what just happened with my new plan. When I walked into the house, I saw Detective Bradshaw and Alves talking. German, come over here, please, said Alves. Hi, German, said Bradshaw. Detective Bradshaw, I said. I'll give you to a moment, said Alves as he walked away. What can I do for you, Detective? I asked. I want to find out if you've seen Detective Drake. He hasn't shown up to the office this morning. I went by his apartment, nothing. The last I checked, he had just left here, and from my understanding, you were attacked. We were. There was a police report filed. It was the fourth attack in a month, I said. Please be assured we'll solve this and justice will be served. I've heard that before, I said. I overheard him saying that he was going to Mrs. Clovis at her flower shop. Did you overhear why? No. Well, have a great day, she said, and she left. The others were in my room. It's about time you got back. What's going on? Asked Donnie. Guys, I have to leak the video. I said, are you crazy? Asked Donnie. You'll go to jail, said Adam. I'm prepared for that. My lawyer said I had to get a few steps ahead. Who are you going to leak it to? Asked Justin. The police. I'm guessing they don't know. I'm guessing they don't want this to go public, and it could get me out of jail. It could be my jail, get out of jail free card. Sorry, guys. Oof. Reading too much. When are you going to do it? Asked Donnie. Soon. Bradshaw was downstairs, and I pointed her in Clovis's direction. I'm sure the timing will be just about right. I said. They all looked at each other, and I could tell they were nervous. But there's one thing I could get myself out of a crime. There's one thing I could do, but get myself out of a crime. Sorry, guys. Whew, our red. I went to the spot to clean the blood up with hydrogen peroxide. I could use some help, I said. Riga sighing. You bought this on yourself. How exactly? I asked. You really think the plan is going to work? I know that it will, I said. A bell rang and I went up and saw Detective Bradshaw. Mrs. Clovis, good morning. Good morning, Detective. How can I help you? Is now a good time? Good as any, I said. I'll keep it short. Detective Drake hasn't shown up at the office this morning and he isn't home. Have you seen him? No, I haven't. May I ask when was the last time you saw him was? Last night. He was at the sorority I delivered flowers to, I said. Okay, if you hear from him, would you ask him to call me? Sure thing, I said. Bradshaw walked out and a man walked in. I'm sorry, but we're closed. I should have locked up, I said. Hey, Kathy. Cyrus, I said as I was shocked to see my estranged husband. What are you doing here? I hired a lawyer and filed a lawsuit against the university. I went to a lawyer, Cyrus. They told me I didn't have a case since it was reckless endangerment, I said. Obviously, that lawyer wasn't equipped to handle this, Cyrus said. He looked around. This place is a lot bigger than your place when you shop back home. I got a really good deal on the lease, I said. This is where you want to be, Kathy? I wanted to be close to Brandon, I said. What about your children? Are you just going to neglect them too? I haven't neglected my children. When I have some stability, I'll send for them, I said. What about me? He asked. I took a deep breath. He was talking about our marriage. I told you I haven't been happy with this in a long time, I said. So you're done is what you're saying. I remained quiet, but it was hard for me to put into words I couldn't believe. I've been with him for 25 years. Fine, I'll be in touch with the lawyers. Have a nice day. He left and I locked the front door and started crying. It wasn't like my husband it wasn't like my husband not to fight, but I guess he was done with me. Okay. So we have a couple more pages and then we have chapter 12, which I'm probably going to end the live after this chapter because we're getting a little big. I'll probably come back and read more later, guys. So next is Bradshaw. I felt something was off, but didn't know what. I needed more investigation. Back at the station, I asked the assistant, has Detective Drake checked in? No, the detective, he hasn't shown up. Thanks. I went to Captain Deal's office and said, knock, knock. Come in. Sir, I've been over every inch of Drake's cases. There's no sign of him anywhere, I said. Have you called his family? Yes, I called his mother. She said she hadn't spoken with her. He hadn't spoken with her. I called his ex-fiancee. She hasn't heard from him since they split. I said, that's strange, and something else is odd. His transmitter says his squad car is at the precinct. Have you checked the car footage? I asked. Not yet, but you have my permission to do so. And if he doesn't check in the next 24 hours, we'll have to make this a missing persons case, detective. Yes, sir, I said as I went to the parking lot, opened Drake's car, and pulled the footage. I began reviewing the whereabouts. The last time Drake's car had stopped was at 9 the previous night. I ran the footage at that time and saw that he had parked his car in front of Close's shop. So now Drake's a missing person. Adam. Homecoming had been nothing but a circus. I was glad it was over. I needed a moment away. I went to Jessica's place with dinner. I knocked on the door and she answered, Hi. I've come bearing dinner, I said with a smile. Which and a smile that which matched hers. Come in, she said, and I did. Wow, that's some kitchen, I said, looking at her big island and a big chef stove. Yeah, this loft was really expensive, but I managed by booking extra jobs to pay the rent. I'm going to really enjoy myself, I said, pulling out what I bought from the bag. Wow, you went all out. I see lobster, pasta, heavy cream cheese. Lobster Alfredo is my specialty, I said. I'm excited. I'm going to get freshened up a bit. I'll be right back. I started making dinner and I set the table. I saw some candles and I lit them. I turned and saw her coming out of the room in a very short black dress. Whoa, I said. She smiled as she walked to me. You like? I love, I said with a smile. I pulled out the chair and she sat. I brought my dish to the table and served her first. It looks very good. Thank you, I said. How are Pip and Justin? They aren't together anymore, I said. Why not? I thought they were so cute together. It's a long story. How's your dinner? I asked. Amazing. This Alfredo sauce is so good. It's my own recipe, I said. I'm impressed. I smiled as she came over to kiss me. I kissed her back and picked her up and carried her to the bed. I took off my shirt and she took off her dress, and we made out knowing that it was leading to sex. I got kind of out of my wallet. After sex, I woke up. Jessica's head was on my chest. I ran my fingers through her hair and kissed her on the forehead. I got out of bed. Jessica pulled the covers over herself. I smiled at her and got dressed. I left the place feeling good. Back at Alphamore, I saw brothers throwing a football, and I went up to my room where Brody was playing video games. Hey man, sorry if I'm being too loud. He said, it's cool. I'm just grabbing a change of clothes. I said, and I did. And I went up to German's room where he was on his laptop and Donnie was lying on his bed. Whoa, you're glowing, said Donnie. Gee, can I shower in here? I asked. You don't have to ask, man. He said, cool, thanks, bro. I said, I want details, said Donnie as I headed to the bathroom. But we heard the news on TV. Pendleton Detective Drake has been reported missing for 2 days. City officials and Pendleton PD are asking citizens with any information on him to please come forward. German turned off the TV. We were looking at him as Justin came in. Well, guys, here's my way in, said German. We looked at each other. We knew this was going to be only downhill from there. So I'm going to actually stop it here and I'm going to change the title of it. But that's book. So there's a lot to uncover here. A lot to uncover here. So Drake is proposing that Ben's not dead. Now, the reason he's proposing that is because he's not sure who Greek God is, and it would only make sense for Greek God to be Ben, right? Maybe. So Pip and Justin have broken up for this point of the book. They're pretty much going to be broken up, throughout the book. They, do have some moments that are up and coming. You guys don't want to miss. German is very crazy. As I said, he's going to show out even more in this book. I thought it was crazy that they broke into a detective's house. Like that was wild. So there's a lot going on. I'm really excited. So that was the homecoming chapters. So I'm actually going to change the title, but we're going to read chapter 12, 13, and 14 next Saturday. So guys, please don't be late. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, especially if you like where the book is going. And don't forget, once we're finished with this book, I am going to read a snippet of the second book. So make sure you're here for that. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.